Open your phone. Look at the number next to your contacts. Maybe it's 400, maybe it's 1,000. Now try something. Without scrolling, name them. You'll get your family, your close friends, a few coworkers, and then somewhere around person 20, your brain quietly taps out. That's not a memory problem. That's a design specification. There is a hard limit on how many people you can actually know, not recognize, not have their number saved, truly know. Track their name, their face, their story, and where they fit with everyone else. And the number is smaller than you'd guess. It's about 150. In the 1990s, a British anthropologist named Robin Dunbar was studying monkeys, which, to be fair, is most of anthropology. He noticed something odd. Primates that lived in bigger groups had bigger brains, specifically a bigger neocortex, the wrinkly outer layer that does your thinking. The social world was expensive. Keeping track of who is friends with whom, who owes whom, and who just betrayed whom took serious processing power. So Dunbar did the obvious thing. He took that ratio, dropped the human brain onto the same line, and asked how big a group this hardware should predict. Out came a number, roughly 150. Then he went looking for it in the real world, and it kept showing up. The average size of a Neolithic farming village, the number of people in a basic Roman military unit, the size a company reaches right before it suddenly needs an org chart. Because nobody can just know everybody anymore. Even the number of people the average person sends holiday cards to, once you count every household, lands right around 150, which quietly makes your Christmas card list one of the most scientific documents you own. This is now called Dunbar's number. And here is the part that reframes your whole social life. It isn't one number. It's a set of rings. At the very center is a tiny circle. About 5 people. These are the ones 3 you'd call at 3 in the morning. The ones whose bad day becomes your bad day. 5 is roughly the ceiling. So if you think you have 12 best friends, I have gentle news. A few of them are acquaintances who are simply very good at brunch. Around that inner 5 is a ring of about 15 good friends, the people you would genuinely grieve. Then about 50. Friends you'd invite to a big party. Then the 150. People you actually know. Past that ring, something changes. They stop being relationships and become faces. You recognize them, but your brain has quietly stopped running the full program. Why the hard limit? Think about what a friendship actually costs. Someone love you, they can't help. To really know someone, you have to spend time on them. And Dunbar found the rings are basically built out of hours. The inner circle demands constant contact. The outer rings need less, but you only get so many hours. And every new close friend is time quietly subtracted from an old one. This, by the way, is the real reason you drift from people after school. Nobody betrayed anybody. You just ran out of afternoons, and your ancestors spent those afternoons a very specific way, grooming. Other primates bond by picking through each other's fur. It's calming, it releases the same warm chemistry a hug does, and it says, I am choosing to spend my time on you. But there's a catch. You can only groom one friend at a time. It does not scale. Dunbar thinks that's where language came from. Talking is basically grooming you can do to 3 people at once from across the room without touching anyone's hair. And gossip, the thing everyone claims to hate and does constantly, is the load-bearing wall. Talking about who did what to whom is how you maintain 150 bonds you could never physically groom. Gossip isn't a character flaw. It's social software. Now, hold all of that up against the world you actually live in. You have followers in the thousands, a feed full of people you've technically met, a group chat that never sleeps. It feels like your social world exploded. It didn't. The hardware never changed. Dunbar's number does not care that an app says you have 2,000 friends. Your brain is still sorting every one of them into the same old rings and quietly deleting the overflow. That's why you can have a 5-figure follower count and still feel weirdly, specifically alone. The number went up, the rings did not. No, you're trying to run a village-sized brain inside a city-sized crowd, and the brain is doing exactly what it always did, protecting the 150 and turning everyone else into scenery, which isn't a sad thing. If you look at it straight on, it's a permission slip. You were never supposed to know everyone. You were built to know a village. So maybe the move was never to collect more people. Maybe it's to notice which 150 you already have and go spend an actual afternoon on the 5 in the middle. So open your phone again. Look at that number beside your contacts. It was never the size of your world. Your world is 150 people wide, and it always has been. The only question that ever really mattered is which ones made it inside the rings. Thanks for watching Brainstorm, Bob. If this made you think, hit subscribe for more curiosity, ideas, and real answers. See you in the next one.